Hey, how's it going, cats and chicks? It's Gavin the Grease here, also known as Slickback Rocker. Back to another video. Dig it. Alright, so I know it's been a minute since I did a video on, the Greasers singing in the subculture, because that's what I do. I know it's been a minute since I did one, but I'm back with another video. Let's get on with it, shall we? Little heads up. I did end up starting to paint my jacket. Slickback Rocker, I wrote that right there. I painted this. Do a little more painting on the back, and then we should be good to go. It's my first ever painted leather jacket. Big accomplishment, I know. Alright, so tonight's topic, because it's dark where I live, so tonight's topic is what I'm going to go with, is modern era greasers versus original era greasers. So greasers from the 50s compared to greasers in the modern society, in the modern culture. Now, there is a difference, okay? There is a big difference between a modern era greaser and an original era greaser, all right? And we're going to talk about those today, whatever you want to call it. All right, first thing you got to know here, guys, is that an original era greaser is not wearing, the same stuff that a modern era greaser wears. Because the style has changed, okay? It's not exactly the same as it was in 1950. It's not the same, Yes, we still wear leather jackets, we still wear jean jackets, but they're a little bit different, okay? Let me explain. So, cats back in the 50s, they were wearing leather jackets, white t-shirts, blue jeans, engineer boots, greasy fucking hair. That was the common thing for the 50s, But it's changed since then, alright? Cats in the modern era and the modern subculture are wearing jackets with paint on them, okay? See, here's the thing. Wearing jackets with paint was not a thing in the 50s. Neither was pinning your jackets, so putting pins and patches on your jackets, accessorizing your jackets. That was not a common thing either. That wasn't even a thing. Alright, cats weren't doing that. Alright? They were simply wearing leather jackets, white or black t-shirts, blue jeans, and engineer boots. That was the common theme. And greasy fucking hair. That was a common thing. No paint, no pins, nothing. Just a simple biker jacket, That's what the common theme was. It wasn't, you didn't have, your Eddie Cochran pin, your Stray Cats pin, your Gene Vincent pin, Chuck Berry, you didn't have that. You didn't have your rockabilly patches patched on your jacket or, anything like that at all. In that nature. You didn't have it. Alright? You simply had just a normal black leather jacket. So think of this jacket without paint on it. Alright? When it had no paint on it. And pretty much, shirt, jeans, and boots. And hair. That's all you had. That's all it was in the original era from the 50s. And that style, the way if you dressed that way, you were looked down upon. Alright? Because in the 50s, people back then were trying to, back in the 50s, it's all about keeping up with the time and trying to become better people, better higher class people, getting a job, getting your first car, having kids, having a whole family, that type of thing. That's what the 50s was about. And if you didn't do those things, you were looked down upon. People didn't, if that wasn't your train of thought or train of thinking, you were looked down upon. People did not like the way you did things if that's not how you were going to do them. Alright? That's just how it was. Alright? And greasers didn't do those things. Matter of fact, half people in that time period didn't really even give a shit. Alright? Some people didn't. Alright? But yeah. So the style has changed. Got that covered, right? We got that covered. Also, the hairstyles. They've changed. Let's take a look at this, guys. Greasers back in the 50s weren't wearing and sporting these high pompadours or these big elephant trunks or anything of that matter, or the big sideburns. They weren't wearing that. Alright? If you take a look on Google and search up greasers in the 50s, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because they weren't wearing those things. You know? The extreme hairstyles didn't really come into play towards the 80s and 70s rockabilly revival with the Stray Cats. That's when big hairstyles really started to come into play. Like I said, the Stray Cats, let's take a look at them for instance. They took what was normal hairstyles and just did it to the extreme. So the hairstyles you see in the 50s, the Stray Cats are doing, just doing them to the extreme, so they're a lot more extreme looking than what they were in the 50s. That's my difference. Alright? The greaser look is not really a proper look. In the 50s and the modern era. It's, like I said, it's really not even proper in the modern era. You know? People like to make fun of greasers because they don't understand it. They don't, understand the whole look. They don't even understand that the subculture's changed. Some of them don't even understand that there is a subculture. That's on them. I can give a shit less what you think. That's on you. Alright? But yeah, so the greaser style is, a little more acceptable to wear, which is why you kind of gotta thank original era greasers for wearing this stuff, because back in that time period, it was not normal to wear this stuff. Which is why you kind of gotta thank the modern era greasers for doing it, so that way us modern era greasers can wear this stuff. Because here's the thing, guys. If you wore, a leather jacket with shirt, a t-shirt, jeans, and boots, you were looked down upon. Let's go back to that. Like I said, you were looked down upon. People, the cops would look at you. People would look at you. Oh, we don't like your kind around here. I got my eye on you. This and this and that, etc., etc., etc. That's what would happen. All right, you were a lower class person. If you didn't really keep up with, the momentum of, getting a house, getting a car, all other stuff. You were a lower class person. But yeah, so which is why you kind of gotta thank the modern era, not modern era, the original era greasers for wearing this stuff so that we, modern day greasers, can wear it without really getting looked upon. And like I said, it's still not really proper to wear this stuff today. I mean, hell, people are always making fun of it, going, "Oh, you look like Elvis," even though you got an elephant's trunk, and Elvis Presley wears a high pompadour, or "Oh, you look like Fonzie," even though you're wearing your Harrington jacket and your white t-shirt and your jeans and your Chuck Taylors, simple stuff like that, "Oh, you look like Grease Lightning," just funny ass shit like that is what I get. Stereotypical shit. "Oh, you ride motorcycles, you wear leather jackets, you must be a hoodlum, you must be not really, that type of stuff." But like I said, the style changes. The culture changes. In the modern era, it's more acceptable to wear this stuff than it was back in 1950. Alright? And I get people that'll ask me, "Oh, can I still be a greaser?" And, not really listen to, any Elvis Presley or anything like that. No, you can't. Alright, I'm sorry to say it. Can't do it. Because here's the thing, let me explain. If you're a greaser, then you gotta have love and respect for the music, the style, the scene, where it originated, and the culture alone. Alright, if you don't have respect for those things, you can't be a greaser. Sorry to say it. But that's how it works here in this culture. If you're a greaser, you have love and respect for the music, the style, where it originated, and all that other stuff. That's just what you do. Alright? "Oh, can I be a greaser and, not even look like a greaser?" No, you can't. Alright? You can't do it. Alright? If you're a greaser, you look like a greaser, you have love and respect for the music and the subculture, and you do your part in the subculture. That's it. You don't go around saying, "Oh, I'm a greaser," and even though you don't even look like one, or "Oh, I'm a greaser," even though I don't even listen to any of the music, or even have love and respect for the music. If that. It's not what you do. Alright? So yeah. So that's kind of the difference between modern era greasers and original era greasers. Whether you're a greaser from the 50s, 2000s, or the modern day era. Me, myself, I'm a mix between an original era greaser and a modern day era greaser. Because here's the thing. Yes, I did start greasing in the modern era. Alright? But I do have some of the old school roots in me. Alright? But I'm a mix between both. Yeah, I still am a modern day greaser because that's the time I started greasing. I started greasing like 3 years ago. And I've been doing it ever since. That's pretty much all I consider myself as, honestly. I really don't consider myself anything else but a greaser. A fucking hoodlum. Alright, Cats Chicks, that's going to be it for today's video on the modern day era greasers versus the original era greasers. Hopefully y'all cats enjoy. And, yeah. I'll see you Cat Chicks in the next video on the greaser subculture. Hopefully y'all enjoyed.